Alright, so I'm here for another video. It's nighttime, well, early morning, so good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you and you and you. Good morning. Anyway, that's from Singing in the Rain movie. It's a good morning song. But anyway, in all seriousness, I've talked several times about why the customer support for DoorDash is horrid, and I thought I would touch base on that. So I really want to capitalize on being honest and truthful about what you face when you go on the road. Now again, when you do the gig economy, which is being an independent contractor and doing it through the apps, the first problem you have is the fact that they're going to try to cheat you every chance they get. I mean, they're in the business to make money, and you can make good money. And I'm not going to complain too much about what you do, but DoorDash is getting worse and worse on a lot of different things. And some people don't have issues, and if you don't, that's awesome. But late at night, starting in October, September maybe, they have gotten a point where on the app, DoorDash app, you go to mark the store closed, and usually it asks for a picture and it gives you half pay. Well, now they're doing this BS crap where they say, well, it's a drive order, so you don't get paid. Nowhere and I had them send an email to me when I got somebody to actually pay me, and it says nothing about drive orders. If you have a store that you get to and they are closed, you are to get half pay. It's also not supposed to count against your ratings in any way, because it's not in your hands. It's not your responsibility. It's not your ability to be able to deliver something if a store's closed. That's not your fault. But starting in September, they have gotten to the point where you mark the store closed, they don't ask for a picture, it unassigns you, and you don't get paid, regardless of where it's at. It's been doing that to me almost nonstop since September. Well, you call up customer support, and it was basically, oh, well, yeah, the store's closed. We understand. We got to call them. Okay, fine. They call, no answer. They come back with you, and they're like, okay, the store's closed. We'll give you half pay. No problem. Okay, great. I explained it on the app. Their customer support says, call us if you have issues. And now, every time I talk to them and tell them what's going on, they're like, yeah, you're supposed to call us. Now, it has gotten even worse with that aspect. Last night, I did an order for DoorDash at a restaurant that was closed. It closed at 2 o'clock. I got there about 2:15. I got the order at 2:05 because I was 10 miles north, coming back to Findlay for something else, and I just logged on. Gave me an order for McDonald's. They close at 2 o'clock. So I call them up. I get there. I call them up. And I'm like, at this point, I'm to the point, I just call them up whenever the store's closed. The person gets on there and says, yeah, we'll help you out. Okay, great. So he marks it supposedly closed. Supposedly closed. And mind you, this is my 6th time this has happened this month. In the last 2 months, I should say. But he marks the stores closed, supposedly. And he's like, you got half pay. Okay, great. So I look, I don't have it. I'm like, I don't have it. He's like, okay, well, it should pop up momentarily. Okay, well, I don't have it. And I kept checking. For the next 5 minutes, I kept checking. Well, I also had 2 more a double order from someplace else. So, of course, I'm like, I'll let it go. I'll call back if I have any issues. So I do the double order. And I look back on the app, I still have not got paid. Which with DoorDash, I'm telling you right now, if you don't see the pay in your earnings, they're not going to pay you. They'll give you all this BS about. Sorry, my lip itches for some reason. I don't know why. Probably just early morning and whatever. Anyway, that's a rabbit. But DoorDash is constantly saying that, we're going to pay you. And then you wait and wait and wait, and they don't. And when I'm on the phone with them, I expressly, there's a deer right in the road. Hi, deer. But if you call them and you try to get something done and they don't pay you while you're on the phone and you don't see it, you're not going to get it. That's my experience. 5 years, that's my experience. If you don't get it right now, you're not going to get paid. And that's fine. I usually stay on the phone. Well, I had the double order, so I went and took care of the double order. And half an hour later, I see it's still not on there. So I call him back. Get the customer support agent pretty quickly. Yeah. We'll take care of you. Okay, great. So I talked to them, explained the situation. I haven't got paid. They look and they said, well, it's still in process. You'll get it'll show up after you end your dash. No, well, but okay, whatever. So I let it go. I go ahead and get another order. I go complete that order. I call back again. The customer support, this is call number 3 now. The customer support is still in process and your dash. Fine. So I hang up, we hang up. I'm being completely polite as I can be. So I call back again after I get done with my last order, and I logged off. I call back again. Well, there's nothing I can do. You're supposed to get half paid, but there's nothing I can do. Then, they didn't look because they didn't put you on hold, and he's just like, yeah, it's in process, nothing you can do. End your dash. I did end my dash. Well, there's nothing I can do. You have to call a payment team. I'm like, there is no payment team. And if there is a payment team, they're not going to do anything. Because that's, again, if they don't take care of you right now, right then, they're not going to take care of you. Experience, 5 years of experience. Again, I do enjoy doing these kind of jobs. For me, it works out well. But you do have these kind of headaches. So I had to call back a 5th time. The 5th time I called, the person told me that they did not cancel the order. They unassigned the order, which means it counts against me, and I'm not going to get paid, period. So I did this order that the store's closed. I'm supposed to get half order. It counts against me. Not only that, but then I didn't get paid. So I did my job, but I'm not getting paid. So I hang up on the guy because obviously if he's going to be condescending and a jerk, he's not going to do anything. So I called back again another time, and I finally got somebody that said, yeah, you unassigned the order. There's nothing we can do. I'm like, so finally I'm trying to keep my temper in check. And I'm like, okay, so here's the deal. You're telling me on a recorded line, you guys said that you unassigned you canceled the order, and I'm supposed to get half pay on a recorded line. And you're not going to pay me because even though I did my job. I said, if you did your job, would you be upset if they didn't pay you? And of course, he's like, well, you should be paid. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. And of course, at this point, I'm just like, this is what I've dealt with. This is what I've been through. Please help me. I did what I was supposed to do. It's your job to make sure that I get paid. That is their job. So he kind of does his thing. He's telling me he's not going to pay me. So of course, I've got other things I've got to do. And he finally comes back. Again, this is call number 6. I've already been told that it was already in process by 5 other agents. And now this guy is being honest and telling me that the original guy unassigned it. So he ends up paying me the half pay. and ends up making a note to DoorDash that, yeah, I did my job and the agent messed up. I have had it where I've had to make literally almost 20 calls in a 4-hour time just to get one thing done. Now again, I do enjoy this, and I don't want you to mistake me explaining this as a way of complaining, but I want you to be aware of what's going on. 5 years experience, I've kind of got a good idea of how this stuff works because I've done it for 5 years. But only in the last year, and in my experience, DoorDash is the worst. Now, Uber Eats, they have a support line, but they're not very good to work with you. And everybody wants you to text them. For some reason, you're on the road, yet you need a text versus calling, and that makes no sense to me, because how are we supposed to be safe if we gotta drive? And if we're trying to get job after job and get done as quickly as possible, and they want this stuff done, then obviously I can't be on the phone texting when I'm driving. It makes no sense. So, and again, I have a hands-free system, and I've got it set up before I start driving, so just so we're clear. But, that's the problem with this, is number one, DoorDash is the absolute worst. Uber Eats, they pay good enough, I'm not as worried about it. At least was. Instacart, you have crap orders, but they don't punish you for turning down orders, so don't be hesitant to say, I don't want this order, I don't want this order. I don't like shopping, so I'm very, 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 very picky on that app. So I'm very quick to say, nope, I'll pass on a lot of their orders. There's orders here or there, but it's not very many. And I'm doing a job, that's not a big deal. But, again, DoorDash's customer support is horrid. If you just do the job and you don't worry about the customer support, and you say if they don't pay you, they don't pay you, I'm going to let it go. You'll have no headaches. Sometimes some people don't have problems with the customer support. How much they call, I don't know. But that's my experience. The last 5 night orders where stores closed, that has been in my experience. And one night, I literally had to make almost 11 calls to get it done. And they still didn't pay me, but I still got money out of it. So, but basically, I got tipped by the customer. When I handed it to them, I explained the situation to the customer, and I'm like, I'm not going to eat the food. I don't want to see you not get your food. But they canceled the order, or they unassigned the order, so I'm not getting paid for it, but here you go. And they turned around and said, well, here's some money, here's a tip. Okay, you sure? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I was appreciative. So, I've come out because of those reasons. But that's not the customer's job to pay you. That is DoorDash's job to pay you. And I get it's a business, they want to be cheap because they want money in their pockets, and that makes sense. But again, just being transparent and being honest, that's my experience with DoorDash. Over the last 2 months, I've had 6 store closings. In all 6, I have had problems with it. The app won't let me mark it closed. So that's problem number 1. So then I got a call, and then they say unassigned when I actually marked it closed. No, I did not mark it. I did not unassign the order. I marked it closed. The store is closed. How am I supposed to deliver an order when it's closed? So I want you guys to be aware, because I've talked about how bad their customer support is, and you can ask most people, their customer support is pretty bad. But you can always find a diamond in the rough in that group, and believe me, that rough is thick. But you will find somebody to get it done, but it might take you like 10 hours and 50 calls, 40 calls, 30 calls. I've had times where literally, like I've said before, I've done 25 calls. It's frustrating. But just keep your patience, keep your temper down, and just try to deal with it the best you can. And if you don't want to worry about it and don't want to stress about it, then just don't contact them at all. That's the best way to deal with it. Unless they're really good when it comes to having an issue with the store or an order being wrong and you need the customer contacted and ask what the customer wants to do. They're very, very good about that. The stuff they can get done in seconds or in a minute or two, they're really good at. The stuff that's going to take them a little bit of time or has to do with money, I get it. Some of their problem is they have to get an okay from the boss and accepted by that. So, I mean, I understand that concept. But on the other side, their job is to help the driver out. They have a very specific group that is there to help the driver. The problem is, on a lot of things, they can't do a lot of things. Like anything to do with ratings, you get screwed over with the ratings when you shouldn't. They're not going to be able to help you. You got to go through another team, and nobody there is going to do it. So whatever ratings you have, whatever ratings you get stuck with, they're not going to fix it. But when it comes to money issues, it's a hit or miss if they're going to help you or not. And a lot of times it's a miss. So I just want you guys to be aware. That's what the video is all about. I don't like having a light on at night, but I wanted to make sure this video got out. Share me your experience. If you drive DoorDash, share me your experience. If you're a customer, share me your experiences. I'm one of the few that I don't smoke in my car. I don't smoke at all. That stuff is really disgusting. But I'm one of the few people that I know of that don't smoke, that will try to leave the order right beside the door, where all you have to do is open up the door, reach out, and get it. That's what I typically try to do. Also, when you're driving and you're doing the deliveries, I'm also very picky, because if you're not leaving me a tip on the app, at least a little bit, then a lot of us won't deliver. Because if there's no tip, then you're not putting any effort, and if you're not putting effort into appreciating our work, we're not going to deliver. And that's not just me, that's most everybody. Now, there's some people that complain about no tips and they take it, and that's on them. But this is also a thing where I'm in it to make money. I'm there to help, but I'm also there to make money. And I'm not going to make money if I take the no tip orders. I want to be able to do it. Now, once in a while, I'll take one because I feel like being nice. But it's very rare, because usually those are the orders, on average, that's going to cause problems. So if you're one of the ones that don't leave a tip, that's fine. Just know you might end up having a long wait for it. Just being transparent. But anyway, this video is about that. Like, share, subscribe. Give me your comments. Let me know what you guys think. I know this is a super long video. I'm trying to figure out how to balance it out where I can get my points made and make it shorter. But I'm a person that likes to talk and have a lot to say. So give me your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. I will catch you guys on the next one.